Today I want to talk about why Aron hasn't yet addressed the 43 million Ape FTDs. Is Aron on the side of the hedgies, or is he prevented from speculating about the AMC stock? I also want to touch on the latest crypto crash and how this could potentially end those liquidity fairies. So stay tuned and let's make some money. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So we know that Aron hasn't yet addressed the 43 million FTDs, but what has Aron done and why is this great for AMC? Well, Aron tweeted saying, "We've just announced a bold new business that's not been discussed publicly before. In 2023, AMC and Zoom will launch Zoom Rooms at AMC at theaters in 17 US cities. State-of-the-art technology lets you have multi-city meetings. AMC enters the multi-billion-dollar meetings market." Now, I think this is a brilliant move for AMC as a company, as it means that Aron is playing the corporate game with big companies with deep pockets like Amazon, like how Amazon now plays Thursday Night Football. Aron has now formed partnerships with Amazon, Netflix, Disney, Paramount, now Zoom, and potentially many more to come. Aron is forming brilliant partnerships with giant companies to help improve the profitability of AMC. There's now more companies that won't want to see AMC fail, as they've formed a relationship and they are generating profits as well. Amazon won't want anyone to short AMC because they've got a great relationship with AMC and it's actually making Amazon more money. The same goes for Netflix, Disney, Paramount, and now Zoom as well. This effectively gives more and more reason for these shorts to stop attacking AMC and actually help build AMC more as a company so that it benefits these large companies like Amazon, Netflix, and Disney. But what Aron hasn't yet done is Aron hasn't yet addressed the 43 million FTDs, and he hasn't addressed the stock price manipulation that's very obvious and evident. Spencer said that shareholders are getting destroyed while Cineworld runs 125% with no halts on a debt increase. We know that shareholders have been destroyed over the last few months, especially since the release of Ape, which didn't actually change AMC as a company at all. It didn't make AMC any worse, and therefore the share price should not have dropped unless it was heavily manipulated. Now, we know that AMC and Ape are both heavily manipulated. We know there's 43 million FTDs, and we know there's tons and tons of IOUs that have been issued for Ape, and likely billions of synthetics for AMC. Spence obviously wants Aron to tell him exactly what happened to those 43 million FTDs and how they were cleared. Spence obviously wants Aron to talk about exactly how the shorts have been manipulating the stock's price. And I'm guessing Spence wants Aron to speak to those hedgies and get them all to stop manipulating the price of AMC and instead ask them nicely to squeeze the stock instead. But I do think it's important to remember that Aron can't speculate on anything that's happening to the AMC stock without concrete proof. Aron can't just guess at what's happened to these 43 million FTDs, and he can't just guess at how these shorts are manipulating AMC. Aron can't exactly call up Ken Griffin himself and say, "Kenny boy, what did you do with those 43 million FTDs? How did you hide them? And how have you been destroying my company? Oh, and by the way, please can you stop?" Aron obviously doesn't control Ken Griffin. Aron is just the CEO of a movie theatre company. He basically has nothing that he can do or say to Ken Griffin. Now you may say, "Tom, surely Aron can see the AMC stock as being blatantly manipulated. Surely he has some kind of access to all of those synthetic shares and knows exactly how many synthetics Ken Griffin has created." But again, I also think it's important to remember that Aron doesn't have any further access to AMC shares that he didn't create than we do. Aron can see exactly what we can see. Aron obviously didn't help these market makers create synthetic shares and almost bankrupt him personally during 2020. These market makers have created these synthetics behind his back. And as I said, Aron can't exactly call up Ken Griffin and say, "Ken, how many synthetics have you created to this very day? And please can you close out of all of them or else?" Also guys, just a quick one, be sure to join the free Discord linked in the description below. We've got 1348 indicators and we talk about AMC and share due diligence all day long. And also, if you haven't already, be sure to sign up to Moomoo right now using the link in the description below. You can currently get $10 absolutely free, and on top of that, 15 free shares worth up to $2,000 each, a whopping total of up to $30,000. Juju tweeted, she said, "I see a lot of hate towards Aron. What are people expecting him to do? Aron can't exactly turn on a switch for AMC and Ape and make them squeeze." She said the entire market is bleeding and is crashing. She said, I'm not an expert and still learning, but you've got to be blind not to see that everything is slowly crashing. As Unusual Ape said, there's many more tickers significantly worse than AMC that people aren't complaining about, such as MULN or many other stocks that are down 80% or 90% or even further. Aron doesn't have this magic squeeze switch where he can tell Ken Griffin, sorry Ken, the jig is up, you're going to have to find a new stock to short because I'm going to squeeze AMC and you can't do anything about it. We know these shorts have manipulated AMC and Ape and will likely continue manipulating these stocks until they end up being liquidated or forced to close by some other party like the Department of Justice. As Crystal Ball tweeted, he said, here's a convo with the TDI broker where they told me my Ape is coming on the 24th of August. He said they admitted that brokers don't actually have Ape from Computershare yet. Many other brokers have been giving placeholders like GME Temp and also IOUs. We know these brokers issued hundreds of millions, if not billions of IOUs for Ape during the announcement, and that just proves that Aron doesn't have control over these shorts. These shorts clearly don't obey Aron and therefore questioning him on the 43 million FTDs or about the market manipulation isn't really going to do any benefit. Obviously it's not going to do any harm to question Aron about the market manipulation. I just don't think that Aron can say anything as he doesn't have that concrete proof. And Daniel tweeted saying the price is not real. Why the sudden outrage at Aron the day before earnings? We know exactly where our money is. Biggums has been telling us for months and the timeline is playing out. He said we've held for this long, everything around us is crumbling, exactly how Biggums said last year and exactly how I said back in December, and now you want to be impatient. The market has been crashing around us, the UK financial system almost imploded a week or two ago, and there's been some absolutely craziness happening in the crypto market over the last 2 days, which may potentially end those liquidity fairies. I've told you before that I am most confident that a market crash will cause the squeeze. I've said previously that any other catalyst we've had could cause the squeeze, but I do believe the market crash will definitely cause the squeeze. These other catalysts we've had has been Aron's attempt and Ryan Cohen's attempt and the general market's attempt to cause the squeeze, which so far hasn't yet worked, but a market crash will absolutely do it as it will wipe out these hedge funds. If anything, I'm more confident in the AMC squeeze right now than I was last year back in December. At least now I know that I am currently right about the market crash as the market is crashing around us. Last year back in December it was only a future prediction. We obviously are closer to all of these hedge funds getting liquidated right now than we were last year back in December, and therefore the squeeze right now is even closer. And now in terms of crypto, as Jim Cramer tweeted, he said, at what point is a bet on Bitcoin a bet on Sam Bankman-Fried's balance sheet? We know that FTX has been propping up the crypto market for some time now. It's propped up Bitcoin, it propped up Solana, and it's propped up many other currencies as well. FTX has also attacked other projects out there, generating money for these hedge funds, helping keep these liquidity fairies alive. It's also been propping up the crypto market and Bitcoin, again so these hedge funds can generate more liquidity. But over the last 24 hours, it seems that FTX has failed and Binance has had to swoop in and acquire FTX from Sam Bankman-Fried. We've seen over the last few hours, FTX dropped from around $25 per coin to below $3 before a small pullback. Again, we also saw Bitcoin fall, creating a new recent low around $17,000 per coin, again before a small pullback. Right now we are starting to see crypto beginning to collapse, and therefore these market makers are losing massive amounts of liquidity. These market makers can't continue to pump Bitcoin to generate additional cash to meet their margin requirements, as FTX has just failed and Bitcoin is starting to fall. Again, this just makes it more difficult for these hedge funds and market makers to meet their margin requirements, and another way of them generating liquidity has been removed. On top of that, Flood tweeted saying SwiftDT now kind of seems like a liability. On top of that, the Solana ecosystem also seems pretty much dead as well. And as the Wolf of Broad Street tweeted, he said this was my thoughts as well. Without FTX to prop up Solana and Bitcoin and potentially the wider crypto market, it could potentially die. And he said who's going to save the wider crypto market next time that it goes down? Again, this is just another way for these liquidity fairies to generate liquidity that's been snatched away from them, similar to those Chinese IPOs. Again, it just makes it more and more difficult for these market makers to survive, especially when the market is crashing around them. They're now receiving less and less ways to generate liquidity and receiving less and less money. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.